What is poppin' YouTube? It's your boy King David, and today I'm bringing you a video about the Tesla style 12.1 inch Android 9.0 radio that you guys know that I installed in my car a while ago. Today's video is pretty much just going to be about some features that I accidentally bumped into while just talking in my car. So one day I'm driving, music playing, and I'm talking, and I ended up saying next track. As you can see, it just popped up on the screen here. And it changed my radio to the next song. You know what I'm saying? And I thought, like, what? That was weird, because I didn't know anything about it. You know, I hadn't seen any videos or anything online about it, and I had been playing around with this radio, looking online, trying to find things to make videos on for you guys, and I ended up bumping into that. So anyway, I ended up going in deeper with the whole voice thing. I just started saying different stuff, and it was working. Like, as I was doing it, I was also writing down everything that I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I say, watch the screen, let me go into something else real quick. So if I go into, let me see if it'll do it from this screen here. So if I say, back to home, you see how it flipped around? You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of different stuff that it does. Open the radio. You see it'll open up the radio. Close the radio. It closes. What else we got? You got open the navigation. Close the navigation. And seeing it's a certain way that you have to say it. Close the navigation. Like you have to put close instead of close navigation. I don't think that works. Close navigation. That doesn't work. So you have to say close the navigation. Put the in the middle to get that to work. But you got open Wi-Fi. Or open the Wi-Fi. And then you see it'll work. Close the Wi-Fi. And you see it turns it off. Open File Manager. Close File Manager. See, some you can say it without saying the, but for the most part, I've noticed that it has to be the in the middle for some of them. So let me see. Open music. See, it won't open. But if I say open the music, then it'll open up the music app. Let me make sure ain't nothing playing. Let me see. Next track. Previous track. I haven't figured out how to get it to stop, pause, or play. I haven't figured that out yet, but I'm pretty sure that it's a certain way that you have to say it in order to get that to work. But it also does, like, let me see, open the album, close the album. Let me see, it also open the Bluetooth, close the Bluetooth. And it'll go right back to music. So I've been playing, like I said, I've been playing around with it for a while, and I'm coming up with a bunch of different sayings in order to get this to work. Now, you can use OK Google. You know, I'm not on Wi-Fi right now, but you can use that as well. But I mean, and that's exactly what I had been using to start off with. But then I noticed, like, if you turn your radio on, you'll see something that comes up that says voice in it. And I'm looking like, what is that? What does that mean? You know, and like I said, one day I'm driving down the street and talking to a friend, and I ended up saying next track. Well, like I ended up saying next track. And it changed the music. And that popped up on the screen. So I'm like, what? And I started to mess around with it some more and ended up figuring out that you can actually talk to the radio without Google. Now, there's a few other things that I want to show you guys while I'm making this here video. So I know that you're looking at my radio now and you're probably trying to figure out how I changed the theme. The theme is actually different. So the way to do that is you want to go into settings. You want to go into settings and then you want to go down to install. It's called install set. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see while I look above the phone. But anyway, you want to type in 666888 and hit OK. And from here, where is it? You want to scroll down. Matter of fact, it's not in here, but this here is you could do a lot of different things in here as well. I'm going to show you guys how you can change the thing, but in here there's a bunch of different things that you could do as well, like the car type. Mine is on Durango. If you come in here, depending on what car you got, this here gives you a lot of different features. This is also how you change your boot logo. So you have to I can't think of the dimensions right now because this video actually wasn't supposed to be about this, but I figured since I'm making it that I would include it. You can find what the boot logo size is supposed to be for your actual unit by going to PX6Android.com and typing in the search bar boot logo image size, and it'll give you the boot logo image size that you'll need for your actual vehicle. But anyway, you got protocol over here. I don't know what that does yet because I haven't messed around with any of that has to do with the protocol. It came on simple, so I left it on simple. Let's get out of there. But this is where you're going to change your boot logo at. This is also where you import different things. Also where you restore, which you can leave out of there. And then in here is where you go into where it's a bunch of different settings at. Reset wallpaper. A lot of this stuff I do not know exactly what it does. I haven't had the chance to play around with it yet. But you have 360 camera. I don't have a 360 camera, but I did install front facing camera, in which I will show you guys. I put a rear view camera on here and also a backup camera. So you have 360 camera, USB 360, weekend video. I do not know what either one of them do. We can write video, reset back car image, radar sound, auto antenna. Also, this here, this right side, you're gonna want to leave this alone because I don't know if it'll show right now because of the thing I'm using. But normally when you open your door, this right here, if you got this on, it flips like the car. Like when you open your driver's side door on the screen, the passenger side door open. And I was pulling my hair out trying to figure out how to fix that. But messing around with these settings in here, I was able to fix it. I had contacted the seller and everything, trying to figure out what the fuck I did wrong, you know. But I ended up just messing around with these settings in here, and I figured it out on my own. So you got rear door tip positive. I don't know what that does. Show door state, that pretty much shows the state of the door. But like I said, because unless you're on the index launcher, it won't show. You have to be on the index launcher, and right now I'm using Nova launcher. I have a couple different launchers on here, like Guru launcher, CM launcher, what else? Go launcher. I have a couple different launchers on here that I've been playing around with, but Nova right now is the one that they all operate well, but I think Nova for me right now on this actual radio is what's working the best for me. You got Ford TPMS. I'm guessing that's for Ford cars. Power lift gate. I don't have a power lift gate, but if you did, you would be able to turn it on, and I'm guessing you will be able to control your power lift gate from somewhere in this radio. Ford wheel up and down button need to control the volume. Ford again, I don't have a Ford, I got a Dodge. Previous and next settings I have on negative. This is this has to do with next track, previous track, stuff like that. You know, that has to do with that. And I don't want this to kick me out of where I'm at, so that's the reason why I just said it like that. But original steering wheel control, I have it on learn. This is the way that it came. It probably should be on protocol. I don't know why it's on learn. Change air button order, I'm guessing that has to do with your AC and heat controls. Top type car, off on, I don't know what that is. Hybrid, off on, I don't know what that is. These here control the gains of your radio, your music volume, your movie volume, Bluetooth volume, Bluetooth music volume gain, TV volume, DVD volume, auxiliary volume, car USB volume, and other volume. Now all of these volumes here increases. The radio already sounds really good. These right here just increase the sound even more. Air dual off on, rear climate, rear AC controller, change logo, I got that on. HDMI output on, HDMI display detection on. GMC console theme, I don't know what that is. GMC screen parameters, I don't know what that is either. Dashboard color, red. I messed around with that, but it didn't seem to change anything, so I just left that alone. USB, DVR, serial port, TPMS, DVR mode, TV category, plug-in, DVD, standby setting, display temp. Display temp should be displayed here. I do not know why that has not worked. I've contacted the seller to try to find out why that doesn't work. I haven't got a response on that yet. 9 times out of 10, by the time they respond to me, I'll have that figured out on my own, as a lot of the other things in here. Audio fader, off, on, I don't know what that controls just yet. X50, aux, F150, I mean, you name it, it's in here. I mean, it's a ton of settings. It's a ton of settings in here. If you have the radio, I showed you guys how to get in here. Just go in there and mess around with it, and, you know, save and reboot one at a time to see if it works, so you don't bump into something, mess something up, and then you don't know how to put it back. So that's the way that I've been doing it. Now watch this. Back home. Oh, back to home. You know, take me back to the home. Now, but I want to go back in there because I want to show you guys. Let me see. How you get into it is system info. You want to go to system info, and then you want to hold on this screen here. Now I changed the actual password for mine, but you can find the password online. Just Google with system info for PX6 Android password, and it'll pop up. That's how I found it. Or the manufacturer that you got it from, contact them and they'll give it to you. But I changed mine. You can also change it. So this is how you get inside of, oops, hold on, there it is. Thought I messed up. All right, so this is how you change your user interface. Now apparently online there's themes that you could download and, you know, add to the system in order to change it. I haven't ran across that yet. I was on the XDA developer site, which showed a few things that look very interesting, so I am looking into that right now. I'll get back to you guys on that. When I do come up with something, I'll make a video on that for you guys. But anyway, you want to change the UI number. So right now it's on KWUI, which is giving me that user interface up there and down there. So what you want to do in here, you may have more than me. Mine only came with 2. So I'm going to hit on KW purple gold, and then I'm going to go to save and reboot. The radio will start over, and then when it pops back up, it's going to be a different interface. The theme is going to be different. And then I'll go back to that one and show you what it actually looks like. See, this is my boot logo. I also changed that myself from, I'll show you how to do that as well. It's another way that you can do it, which I find a lot simpler than the first way that I showed you guys. I'm going to show you that as well. I'll let it boot up. Now, as you can see, it changed. The user interface actually changed. This is the way that it came stock to me. Now, if I go to, let me see, let's go back. Go back home. See, that was the voice in it success thing that I was telling you guys about. Back to home. Back to home. So you have to let it boot all the way up first in order for it to work as well. I also noticed that. Let me see. Okay, so now we're back. Okay, we're back to home. Okay, so when I go to apps and I go to UI, it's called UI index or something like that. Index. It's called index. It's going to be this one right here. This right here is the actual launcher that comes loaded with this. So this is what you get when you go to that UI, this here. So now when I go to things like music, it'll show the little car. You show the Durango on it. This is the stuff that's preloaded in the radio. When you get it, this is what it comes with. Back to home. See, that's what I mean by you have to let it load up all the way in or whatever before it actually starts working the way that it's supposed to work. But I'm gonna go back to the other one because I actually like the other one better. It looks better to me. Down here, this is where you would change the boot logo. You go to boot logo, please select an image, and then all of the different logos that you have in here that's able to work with that radio, that boot logo will be in here. So this is a lot easier. This is the more simpler way to do it than that other way. But the reason why I showed you that other way, because I don't believe all of the radios have this option. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I have seen videos where people are struggling to get their boot image or get their logo onto the radio by going in that other way. This right here, this is a 1920 by 1080p image. All of these are, and it lets me load it in. It's not 1036 by 768 or whatever size that they say that you have to load. You don't have to do it through this way. So if you go, like I said, if you go all the way down to boot logo, you go to settings, you'll see it'll be on general. You'll go all the way down to boot logo, and then it'll actually please select image. Like this is the most suitable size of image is 768 1024, or the image will be adjusted. Mine is 1920 by 1080, and maybe it was adjusted, I don't know, but for the most part it works. That's all I care about. So to get back, give me a second guys and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back guys, sorry about that, had to handle a little bit of business. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm going to go back in and I'm going to change it back to the wallpaper that, I mean the theme that I like to use the most. Now, as I stated before, there's a website that you can actually go to get where is it at? To get more themes. As of right now, I only have 2, and I'm looking into this actual website. 12582. I'm looking into this actual website and getting new themes because I've seen a lot of themes that's actually pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't mind using them. But anyway, while we're in here, let me show you. We got screen rotating, bit depth, frequency, UI number, UI style. UI style only have one thing in there. Bluetooth module. Mine is on suiting Qualcomm. That was what it was on from the factory. This was actually, I don't know what this does. I know this is for the canvas. I'm not sure what the airbox baud rate is, but mine was on 1900. I moved it up to 38,400 to match the canvas baud rate. I don't see any difference. I didn't see any change, so I'm not 100% sure what that does. Like I said, I'm still learning the radio. I'm going in depth trying to find out exactly what everything does so I can give you guys a more clear explanation of everything that the radio does and what all of these different settings are. This one says imitation cruiser air conditioning UI. I did turn this on, didn't see any change, so I don't know what that controls. Thought it was something with the air conditioning, maybe would have gave it a different UI. This says use 8836 interface, and let me make sure I'm getting this on here where you guys can see it. Then you have show YouTube file manager / DVR, phone link, DVR switch, TV switch, plug HD 360, LVDS 360 full screen, 360 camera, start methods, 360 protocol. There's a couple in there. Mine came, I don't even know how to say that with that one from the factory. Radio region, show car auto icon, microphone parameter, 8836 console YUV parameter, encoder off or on. I did have it all on. I'm not sure what it controls, but it came from the factory. All 4G model common. It came on common, but you have Datang and Wukong. I don't know what that is. And then for 8836 plus 6752, that's off. It came from the factory off. So I'm gonna leave that the way it is. Then you have, let's see, let's get out of here now. Let's go to, because a lot of people want to know, where do you find your factory settings that's built in for your actual car. So what you do is you'll hit this button up here, console. You'll hit that and it'll bring you to this screen. Now this here is if your car came with like a DVD player, disc, or something like that. If it didn't, you can get those from Phoenix, a DVD player, CD player, a TV box. They sell all of that. Go check their website out. I'll try to leave a link in the description for you guys to go in there and look at that stuff. But the way you get to your actual factory car settings is you'll go to console up here. It'll be up here at the top, and you'll hit on settings, and everything will be in here. To get a big screen, where is it at? You'll hit settings twice. Well, no, not settings. What am I doing? Hit console again. Well, maybe console doesn't go into full screen mode. I thought it did, but maybe it doesn't. But anyway, you'll hit settings, and here, this does go into full screen mode. What's going on? Console settings. I thought this went into full screen mode. I'm not sure why it's not going into full screen mode right now, but I'm pretty sure that it did. But anyway, here's I'm gonna scroll through. You guys can look at this. This is where you'll find a lot of your car settings, your factory car settings. Your car comes with these features. Then this is where you'll be able to find these features, like the instrument displays the navigation corners when you turn. This is for the navigation. In the cluster here, it shows well, it did show, like when you would get to where it say turn left or turn right, it showed like a little road in the middle of this cluster here, you know, turning left or turning right. But I haven't been able to figure this out. I was able to get it to work with the 8.4 NA Uconnect screen that I installed in here, but I haven't been able to figure it out for this. I don't know if you have to be using a certain type of navigation application or what the deal is. I haven't been able to figure that out yet, but if I do, I'm definitely going to do a video on it, because a lot of people didn't even know how to get that to work for the 8.4 inch Uconnect. But yeah, here's all of the settings for this here. It's a ton of them in here. So if you, like I said, if your cars come with these features, you'll be able to access those features from inside here. I mean, literally everything that you can think of is in here. Even if your car does not support it, these settings are still going to be in here. All right, so I guess it stops at amp switch. Another thing, the buttons down here, these buttons down here, they light up. Let me see if I can do it. Okay, these buttons down here, they light up. And the way to get them to light up and change different colors, you want to go to apps, and then you'll go to light settings, and then in here you can change the color to whatever you want. Right now I have it to where it's like color changing, which is right here, the button right there. Let me see what else is in here. I also have a couple different text apps that I've been working with, which actually shows the text. I've been playing around with a couple of different dashboard themes. Let me see. Video. Let me go to HD video. The video on this thing is, man, it's crazy how crispy the video looks. Where is it at? Back home. Back to home. Alright, I think it's in apps in here somewhere. HD video player. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. And the glare that you guys are probably seeing on the phone, or for me record, doesn't look like that at all in person. I'm trying to get a better angle. You guys are not going to be able to see the quality of this video, but the video is definitely 1080p. It's definitely crispy. Let me go back in here because I did not change this. I'm going to go back and change back to the theme that I was using. System info. Remember, hold on the screen. 112582. That's going to be my code. That's not going to be you guys' code. I set my password up here, and then I saved it, and that's why I'm able to use my own password, because I didn't want to keep trying to remember what that damn code was. So anyway, I'll go here. Okay, so it's already there. So now I'm going to go on save and reboot. Save and reboot. Radio's going to reboot, and when it comes back up, you're going to see that theme that I had prior. That's my logo for the boot screen. Pretty easy to change. I only had this radio for maybe about a little over maybe a month and a half. And I would definitely say anybody that's in the market for this radio that has a Durango or any other vehicle that takes these units, it's definitely worth buying it. You can also, like, anything that you could do with an Android phone, you can do with this radio. Like live wallpaper. Say I want to set my live wallpaper to, you know, what the weather is out, a weather app or something. You know, I mean, you could pretty much do whatever you want to do with this. Anyway, that's going to be the end of the video. I know it's probably a billion things that I left out. I will be doing update videos on newer things that I may find. Like I said, I want to be able to let you guys know what all of those settings actually do. Once I find everything out, it's a lot to learn with the radio, so I'm definitely going to be doing more videos. Anyway, if you guys like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. It motivates me to continue doing these type of videos. I like helping people, but seeing those numbers go up definitely helps with the motivation to want to do these videos. Anyway, it's been your boy King David signing out. Peace.